we're going to look at the covered interest rate parity. Now, we have seen this parity at level 1. We just didn't call it covered. We just called it interest rate parity. Here, we give it its full name, which is covered interest rate parity, or CIRP. So what it does is it determines the price of the forward contract on the exchange rate based on the two interest rates in the two countries, right? The interest rate differential, the difference in interest rates, is going to determine the forward price. Let me start by giving you the formula. Okay, so the forward price today is determined by the spot price. That's the spot price of the exchange rate, multiplied by a fraction here of two interest rates. So on the top in the numerator, we have the interest rate of the price currency. Well, remember that every exchange rate is price over base. So you're always going to have the interest rate of the price currency in the numerator, the interest rate of the base currency in the denominator. So that's kind of assuming a 1 year period. If it was less than 1 year, you would have n over 360 here, n over 360 here, but that makes the formula a little bit uglier. So I would just sort of remember it generically like that. And then if I see less than 1 year, I will remember to de-annualize the interest rates. So let's just focus on the words here. What are we learning here? Well, we're learning, first of all, the word covered means that you are hedging. Yeah, you're covering yourself, you're protecting yourself through the use of a forward contract. So that word should always remind you, hey, I'm using a forward contract here. And to determine the no arbitrage price of this forward contract, you're taking the spot price today and you're taking essentially the two interest rates, so considering the interest rate differential. This parity always holds through arbitrage because you can hedge, right? You can borrow in one currency, lend in the other currency, and then sell that other currency forward. So this will have to hold through arbitrage because the forward is tradable. But you also need to know the implication. What is the implication here? The implication is that you're going to have two currencies. One of them will be higher yielding, right? In the olden days, the yen carry trade, people would borrow yen at 0 and lend maybe in America at more than 0. That would be a carry trade. But then if you tried to hedge the currency risk by selling the dollar forward, that dollar would have to trade at a forward discount. Think about it. Once you are hedged, you take no risk. So if the dollar wasn't trading at a forward discount, then basically there'd be free money on the table, right? There'll be an arbitrage opportunity. So if, let's say, the yen is yielding 0, the dollar is yielding 5, that interest rate differential of 5% should equate to the forward discount on the dollar. Your dollar will trade at a 5% annualized discount, forward discount. Very, very important that you internalize these implications. Let's illustrate this with a numerical. The current USD euro, again, that is the price, that is the base. So dollars per euro, exchange rate is 1.18. So that means $1.18 buys me 1 euro. The annualized MRR is 4% in the United States. And then you've got 2% in the euro area. Okay. We are given a market forward rate of 125. Now, we don't know if that is the no arbitrage rate, but we're certainly given something. Determine the no arbitrage forward exchange rate. That, of course, will involve us working with the covered interest rate parity in a minute. Then calculate the arbitrage profit on a notional principal of $100,000. Okay, so I'm going to start, first of all, with my good old CIRP. Again, as I said, level 1 material, nobody should be panicking at this stage. I'm going to be taking the spot exchange rate, and I'm going to be remembering dollars over euros here. So then I'm going to search for the dollar rate. In this question, the dollar rate does come first, which helps. So we're just going to put it in the numerator here, 1.04. And for the euro area, it's 1.02. Okay, so I'm already expecting here sanity check to get an answer over 1.18. And indeed, I'm getting 1.2314. So you can see here that the euro is trading at a forward premium, or should be trading at a forward premium. €1 in the future should buy more dollars. The reason for that is that the dollar is the high-yielding currency. So again, a carry trader, if I were to borrow in euro at 2, lend in dollars at 4, I'll be producing a +2 profit or interest rate differential on the currencies. So if I then use a currency forward to sell the dollar forward, I would need to see a -2% forward discount on the dollar, right? -2% forward discount on the dollar is more or less equivalent to +2 forward premium on the euro. Now, of course, in this question, we have arbitrage because the price of the euro in the actual market is 1.25. So here I need you to pause the video and describe the euro as either being undervalued or overvalued in the forward market. Okay, and if you are saying the euro is overvalued, give yourself a pat on the shoulder, because this here is the no arbitrage price. This is, if you like, the correct price of a euro in the forward market. But I actually can sell euro rather than being able to sell it at 1.20. I can sell the euro at 125. So I need to write somewhere euro is overpriced in the forward market. If I have that statement, I'm going to be able to work out the rest of the arbitrage trade.